Hello Pumpkin Hill Stampers, this is Susan. I have another Pampered Stamper card to show you. This one is a little bit different than what we usually do. They refer to it as a shaker card, and I think you can probably see through the window there that I've got some sequins in there and it shakes around. So that's kind of a cool, fun thing that we haven't done before together. So as I go through the video, I'm going to talk about how I made it, I'm going to show you how I put it together, and I'll let you know what products I used as I went along. And remember, I always have all my information on these cards on my blog, so you can always look up the recipe there. So let's get started. First things first, I always show you the kit. So this one's pretty simple, it's all Whisper White. So we've got our envelope. I cut my card base this way this time. I've got 2 pieces of Whisper White, which is going to become the shaker part, and I have a piece of clear window sheet, which is going to create the window that we see there. Okay, so the first thing I did was take one piece of the Whisper White square and I stamped my expression on it in archival black. Okay, and this expression came from the Avant-Garde Celebration set that you can get for free with a $50 order through the end of March. So this has some great expressions, happy birthday, thanks, someone who makes me so very happy. So I used that set from my expression, I stamped it on the bottom. Then I take my butterfly thinlet die from Butterfly Thinlits and I cut that butterfly out of my cardstock. Okay, so I've already done that, so save a little time. So put that aside for a second. Now I'm going to flip the whole thing over. Okay, and I'm going to take my window sheet, and just to make it a little bit easier to see, I've put a dot on my corners so you can see what I'm working with. And I'm going to take the multi-adhesive glue here that we sell. Hopefully it's not going to come out too fast. And we're just going to put a little glue around the edge of that butterfly. Now the reason I'm doing it around the butterfly is that's where I really need this to adhere so that when we put our shaker pieces in, our sequence in this case, nothing gets loose around that edge. We don't want it to be loose on the front of our card either. We want it to be snug. So you can see I just kind of press that down. It's going to take it a few seconds to dry up a bit. Until then it wiggles around a bit, so we're going to be careful. So there's that. Then we're going to use these new dimensionals. They're long strips, foam adhesive strips that we sell now, and this is what's going to create the pocket of our shaker. So I'm going to take one long strip, and it's just like our other dimensionals, peel and stick. I'm going to put it around the edge of my square, and you can either cut it or just bend it around the corner and stick it down. And I'm just bending it and sticking it. Okay, and I'm going to get another one because I didn't get all the way around there. And just pick up where I left off, stick that down. Now, part of why I'm going all the way around the edge is because when we finish putting the shaker window together, our second piece of Whisper White's going to go on the back. And to keep it all the same depth, this helps, because now it's all the way around. Okay, so there's my corner. And then, to keep those sequins from going way down here in the bottom of my card, I don't think that's big enough. No. I'm going to take another piece of this, cut off about 3 inches, and I'm going to put it underneath the butterfly, just so that my pocket is a bit smaller than the front of my card, but that'll keep my sequins up where I want it. Okay? So I kind of have a pocket within a pocket. So now I bought sequins from Amazon because we don't sell them in these multi-bright colors, and I'm just using a piece of cardstock here to shuffle some in there. Okay, so there's that. You can see already how that's going to make a pocket, right? So there's that. And now I'm going to peel this off, just like we do with our dimensionals. I'm going to get that piece in the middle too. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. So, get all those off my stick here. That's not what I want. So now I'm going to take my second piece of Whisper White and I'm going to put it down on top. I want to line up my edges so that they don't see them from the front of the card. Got little sequins everywhere here. So I'm just making a sandwich. Sequin sandwich, we'll call it that, huh? Those sequins are very clingy. As you can see, they're on my fingertips. That'll be fun to get off. Okay, so now I've got my window. See how those shake around inside there? Which is cute all by itself, but we're going to put this die cut back on there. So I'm just going to use some adhesive. I'm going to go right down the body of my butterfly die. And we're just going to put that back in from where it got cut out. I'm just going to hold that for a second while that dries. Now, while that's drying on there, we'll talk about the rest of the card. So, I used fluttering, and I used that in the Big Shot, and I've embossed the front of my card with all these beautiful butterflies. Okay, so we kind of have a monochromatic thing going on here. And then I'm going to just flip this over. Get all the sequins out. Okay, I'm just going to flip this over, and I can use the same adhesive. I just want to glue it down flat on the front of our card. So I'm just going to flip this back over, try to square it off on the front of my card, and once that all dries, we will be done. So, like I said, the adhesive takes a little time to dry, but it won't take very long. And there we did. We did that same card. So it didn't take too long. It takes a little shuffling of sequins and adhesive, but it's worth it, I think. So there's the one I just did. Here's the one I did before. So this time I used the thanks and I put it on an angle. And of course you could always add a little ribbon if you wanted to. And then I did one other one. This one I added some color. I used the watercolor wing set, which is a two-step stamping. So you've got the different shading on the butterfly. So I used Tangerine, Tango, and Basic Black to stamp the butterfly before I cut it out, and then I use that same thing on the envelopes just to make that envelope a little more decorative. So I hope you enjoyed, I hope it made sense, and if you were lucky enough to make this at Pampered Stamper, I hope you enjoyed it, and if not, well, maybe we'll make it next time. So until next time, happy stamping.